Now, I made a lot of videos talking about Jalen Green and his move to the G League after being the #1 ranked player out of high school. Now, the jury's still out on him. I think he's going to be a great player once he gets into the NBA, but others don't really feel the same way. So let's put him in 2K, and let's see what they say about his career. Is he going to be a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players and scorers of all time, or is he going to be a bust? We really just don't know, so let's put him in 2K, and let's just see how good he is and how long his career lasts. So let's get it. Alright, so what's up YouTube? It's your boy Legendary EA, and we are back here for another video. And first off, shout out to Click Productions. I've been seeing what he's doing with these career sims, and I was like, you know what? I want to do some of these on my channel, so if you guys are rocking with it, like up this video and of course subscribe. And today we're going to be doing it with Jalen Green. Now we all know that he is a trailblazer. He is the first player that is the #1 recruit in his class that's heading over to the G League. And the dude got 500 racks. Alright, so that was definitely a W. Going into the draft lottery, the Pistons got the first pick, the Kings got the second pick, and the Blazers got the third pick. Now, he's projected to be going to the Blazers, but at the end of the day, I think that this is going to be a really fun career sim. And let's see how far we can get this thing going. Cade Cunningham, he goes #1 to the Detroit Pistons. Now, let's see what the Kings do, man, because that makes a lot of sense for the Pistons to actually do. What did the Kings do? You know, they got De'Aaron Fox. They pick up Jonathan Kuminga. Low-key, the Kings would have been better off picking up Jalen Green, but hopefully we make them regret that later on. Regardless, the Blazers are up next, and let's see if we can possibly get him to team up with Dame Dollar and CJ McCollum. So Portland is on the board, and they actually pick up Jalen Green, 6'6", 185 out of the G League, which is high school, and they're saying that Jalen Green isn't the fastest player or the strongest player or the best shooter, but he's the most well-rounded player in this draft. Now, to me, I think Jalen Green is going to be great once he gets to the NBA in real life. Once again, man, he was a top 3 pick. They got him right behind CJ McCollum. I'm not sure if this happens in real life, but, you know, this is definitely a possibility if they decide to move on from CJ McCollum and stick with him and get that man some help. So right here for Portland, he's rocking #4. And you know what? Let's see if we can keep him on the Blazers his entire career. Now, we're not going to be messing with anything. Everything is already automatic. It's simulated. We're not touching a thing. They got CJ running the 6-man role. They got Killian Hayes on this team. Tyler Lydon. A really, you know, different kind of team. But Dame Dollar, Evan Turner, I'm not so sure about this team. I ain't gonna lie. At the end of this first season, Luka Doncic walks away with the MVP award. Cade Cunningham takes home Rookie of the Year over Jalen Green. And I'm sure that Jalen Green is not too happy about that. We don't really care about any of this other stuff at all. We do get Jalen Green on our rookie first team though. But homie is mad as hell. He's like, how on earth was I not Rookie of the Year? Now, we didn't make the playoffs as he 8th seed with 45 wins, which means in round #1, we're taking on the Golden State Warriors, which is definitely not that fun for us at all. In his rookie year, he put up nearly 19.5 points per game. He also had 2.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.4 steals, and he, 51% from the field, 38% from the 3. I ain't gonna lie, if I was him, I would think I was Rookie of the Year too. But getting right into the playoffs, we start simming. You guys already know, we're taking on Golden State in round #1. They go up 2 games on us. Can we come back at all? We do take game #3. Then we go ahead and we go down 3-1. And, I mean, we get one more game, but we take an L in game #6. At the end of the day, the Denver Nuggets win the championship in this first season of simming, and Nikola Jokic is his finals MVP. Now, as far as retirements go, Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard and the legend Iggy call it a career. And we just get straight into next year's season. And this time, they got Jalen Green coming off the bench as a 6th man. They did pick up Mikal Bridges, but looking at it even closer, it turns out that last season, Jalen only started about 38 games. So, you know, we're going to see what we can actually do. They got us at 13. Let's just see, but the Blazers might just not be the move. This next season, we actually walk away with 52 wins as Stephen Curry is the MVP. Imani Bates is Rookie of the Year. I mean, that's really, really good for him. He's on the Miami Heat. Markelle Fultz wins Sixth Man of the Year, and Giannis is Defense Player of the Year. And I mean, we got a lot better. I'm not even gonna lie about it. We finished as the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. Obviously, a really, really tough conference to finish in. Our boy Jalen Green joins the 50-40-90 club, 19.6 points per game, on a really good shooting, over 50% shooting, over 40% from the 3, and 90% from the free throw line. That's insane, and it's only his 2nd season in the NBA. Getting into the playoffs, we actually do sim it again. Round 1, we're taking on Sacramento. Like I said, we are the 3rd seed. Sacramento is the 6th seed. Right now is, okay, this is not looking good for us. But we do tie up the series 2-2, split it right down the middle, take a 3-2 lead, and we go ahead and we advance to take on the reigning champions in the Denver Nuggets. Now, we take game 1, they take game 2. We go up 2-1. They tie it up. Come on, y'all. We go up 3-2, and we win. And we're taking on Golden State, the #1 seed. And, okay, at least this year we made the Western Conference Finals, so we're definitely getting closer and closer to the NBA championship. But I'm not going to lie, it is a little concerning that the Blazers management has not made any kind of moves at all. Like, no kind of trades at all. No real signings. Now, we are down 3-1, and we get eliminated. Okay, it's fine. It's only his 2nd season in the NBA, but like I said, man, it's concerning. Miami wins the championship. Bam is Finals MVP, and Imani Bates gets his first ship as well. Now, this year, LeBron, he actually decides to call it a career. And as far as regression goes, Jalen Green is starting to take over this team. He's up to a 90 overall. John Petty, whoever that is, he's up to an 87. I think he was in the G League. And the same thing goes with Killian Hayes. They are all improving, and they all got brand new contracts. Meanwhile, CJ signed a new deal, but he's regressing so much. Now, this season, they got it as Dame, Jalen, John Petty. He's also shooting up, but he's playing small forward. Tyler Lydon and Yusuf Nurkic. Let's just see how this team goes. CJ's the 6th man. This is actually a decent team. I still want them to make a few trades. Now, Cade Cunningham walks away with his first MVP of his career in his 3rd season, which I think that makes him the youngest MVP of all time. They got Cole Anthony there, James Wiseman. Looks like every young player is starting to take over. We get Coach of the Year as Lucas Green wins 61 games, putting us in the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. As far as the numbers go, Jalen Green's points per game are going up, 22 points per game. Another efficient stat line, nearly 50% shooting. He's really, really good. And I think that next season, it's going to be his year to take over from Dame. He's at a 92 overall. Now, getting straight into the simulation of the playoffs, we're the 2nd seed. So, round number 1, we're taking on Denver, who won the championship 2 seasons ago. And let's see what we can actually do right here. They tie up the series. Meanwhile, Miami got eliminated in round number 1. And we go ahead and we advance in 6, so at least the reigning champs are out in the Eastern Conference, which is honestly great for us. In round number 2, we got the New Orleans Pelicans. You know, another decent team. At this point, they should still have Zion, but we go up 3-0. We almost get the clean sweep. Okay, hold on. Relax, y'all. Relax. We win in 7. We're back in the Western Conference Finals against Golden State. And let's see what Golden State got for us. Come on, y'all. We go up 2-1. We go up 3-1. Do not choke. Game 7 against Golden State, and we advance to the NBA Finals, taking on the 76ers with Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, Greg Brown, Terry Rozier, and Joel Embiid. This is actually a really deep team. Like a really, really deep team. I'm not gonna lie. Now we go up and we tie up the series. We go up 3-2. Game 7, and we actually win a championship in Jalen Green's 3rd season. Only problem is Nurkic is the Finals MVP, and I don't get it at all. Like, at all. What's going on here? CP and Kyle Lowry and Lou Will decide to actually retire, and as they continue to progress, Jalen Green is up to a 94 overall, saying that I'm the new guy. This is going to be my team. Now, John Petty and Killian Hayes, they get brand new contracts, and like I said, man, CJ, he signed himself a brand new deal, but he's low-key getting washed right now. Now, they pretty much got the same lineup, and like I've been saying, it is kind of concerning how they're not making any real moves to improve this team and help out. Like, Dame is at the tail end of his career, and it doesn't seem like they're doing anything to really help. Now, Dame and Jalen, of course, are both untouchable. They got us as contending But Portland, just because we won a championship does not mean that you guys need to stop, making trades and getting better. Because Jalen Green still has to carry after Dame retires. Now, at the end of this season, James Wiseman, he gets an MVP award. And I mean, we're definitely not as good as we were last year. Mikey Williams is Rookie of the Year. Cole Anthony, Sixth Man of the Year. Yeah, we got some problems, man. This season, we make the playoffs as the 6th seed. And we actually dealt with some injuries like to John Petty. Jalen Green put up 26 points per game on, once again, 50, 40, 90. The dude was an absolute bucket again, and now he's just taking over the team from Dame. He's at a 95 overall. And this year in the playoffs, we're taking on OKC as they are the 3rd seed. And now it's actually 1-1. We go up 2-1 on them. Now we do got some experience. We go up 3-1 on them. And come on, y'all, let's not choke this thing away. And we actually advanced in 6 games to take on the Pelicans again. Now this might actually be another easy way for us to get to the conference finals. However, we are down 3-1 and we get eliminated in the 2nd round. Now that could be attributed to the injuries. Orlando wins the championship. I'm not really a big fan of that. Now Jalen Green continues to progress. He's at a 96 overall. He just signed a brand new contract and he got that bag, 135 mil for 4 years. Now this is when Dame actually starts to regress. Now Petty does, but that's only because of his injury. But the regression is starting to scare me a little bit. And CJ, like I said, at this point, he's completely washed. There's no doubting that. But this is the first year he makes the All-Star game, and he even starts to get on a little bit of a run. Now, as far as the season award goes, Luka is the MVP again. It's literally always his award as far as 2K simulation goes. And I mean, we're not terrible. We actually walk away with 49 wins, and it looks like James Wiseman is starting to turn into a real dominant big man. This season, we actually finish off as the 4th seed in the Western Conference, and Jalen Green is averaging 27 points per game. Once again, man, amazing efficiency, 50, 40, 90 club again. Now, getting into this year's playoffs, round number 1, we got Denver. They won the championship a few years ago. At least at this point, we already got 1 MVP under Jalen's belt. Yes, he was the 2nd option. Didn't win Finals MVP. We're counting that for sure. We do go ahead, and can we advance past round number 1? We do. Barely. And now heading into the 2nd round, we're taking on the number 1 seeded Sacramento Kings. Now I'm not too worried about them because they are the Kings, but they might be good in this sim. Okay, let's hop on a simcast, man. Let's hop on a simcast. Why couldn't we? Okay, close game. Really close game. I'm not gonna hop into this game. How on earth do we lose this game though? And New Orleans wins a championship this season. Now, as far as the playoff stats, Jalen Green actually put up really reasonable playoff stats this season. Like, I thought he was really good. He just didn't have the help that he really needed. D Rose decides to call it a career, and Dame's regression starts to really hit us, like -3. Now, Killian Hayes, he regresses. That's mainly because of his injury. But Dame has 2 years left on his contract, and for that 30 or 38, he wants to play for this team for free. Love it. I love it. And at this point, CJ is starting to really fall out of the rotation, and I'm not really feeling that. As far as this year's lineup, they picked up Marquise Chris. I'm not sure how I really feel about that, but other than that's the only positive to this team, and that's not a good thing at all. And this actual season would come to a very bad ending. Cade Cunningham walks away with his 2nd MVP. And yeah, like I said, the end of the season would not be good for us at all, because even though Jalen Green does make All-NBA 3rd team, his first All-NBA team, he broke his left ankle and he's not going to be able to play in the playoffs. Now, we actually finished at the 7th seed, but that's not a good thing. And they did make a few trades this season. They brought in Andre Drummond, but then they traded away Killian Hayes, who was a future at point guard for us, for a top 10 protected pick. This season, he averaged 31 points per game, 50, 40, 90 club once again, and he was 3rd in the league in scoring. But however, whenever we got to the playoffs as a 7th seed, we were able to get past New Orleans in that 1st round. However, in the 2nd round, without Jalen Green, it just became a little bit too much. And I think that this might have been the season that if Green was there, we would have definitely been able to win a championship. But yeah, guys, just as I was saying before, things were not that great for us this year. At least K didn't get a championship, but Russ, KD, and our boy Anthony Simons, he decides to go ahead and call it a career. And at this point, Dame really starts to regress, and this team just starts to become really horrible. So I think I actually am going to be simming a whole lot forward into Jalen Green's career and not just stop after every single year, because for the most part, everything is kind of similar. Like he's a really good player every single year. He puts up amazing numbers, but I think at this point it is best just to sim and only stop at the parts that really matter, because at this point, we know it's Jalen Green's team. We're making the playoffs a lot. We are playing really well. But it seems like during this period of time, the Blazers just did not surround him with anything at all. And it really sucks because he's such a loyal player, but they're not bringing Buddy any kind of help. Yes, we make it past round 1 right here. Can we make it back to the Western Conference Finals, though? Let's see. Alright, we advance to the Western Conference Finals as the 7th seed. Jalen is playing phenomenal in the playoffs, man. He's putting up amazing numbers as well. You love to see that. You really do. And we take the first 2 games. We go up 3-1. And we advance to the NBA Finals. Let's freaking go. Taking on the Washington Wizards. Can Jalen get his 2nd championship right here? They got a really nice team. I mean, they got Onyeka on that team. They got a really nice squad right there. And let's just say things don't go our way and we get swept. Next part of this video, CJ and Dame start to continually regress. And like I said, not really any, moves are being made. Yes, the Blazers at one point did trade for Clint Capella, which helped us out, I guess. But for the most part, Jalen Green was dragging this team to the playoffs every single year with really no help at all. And it would be an understatement to say that he struggled. At one point, this man Dame Dollar put up 12 points, shooting 35% from the field and 21% from the 3. And that was the last season we actually had Dame, because after that he did decide to retire, and the Blazers would actually bring in a draft and stats player that they had overseas for a few seasons. He comes in at an 87 overall, but everyone else on this team is just regressing. And of course we're buying again because Jalen Green, like I've been saying, he's dragging this team to the playoffs every single year. And that cycle does continue to happen over the next few seasons. This next season, like I said, not that many moves and trades being made. We do go ahead and we beat Utah in the first round, but then in the second round, we are going to be facing off against New Orleans, and right back, we get swept. And the Miami Heat go on to win a championship, giving them 2 championships during this rebuild. Now, CJ McCollum, at this point, he does decide to retire as well, so we had to put that into the video. But during this video, Jalen Green had himself a really long career. So we are just going to go ahead and skip forward in it, like I said before. Maybe a few seasons, because he played for a long time. Like we said before, he made a bunch of conference championships. He possibly won a lot of championships as well. We will go ahead and show the full overview of his career at the end of this, as the San Antonio Spurs won the championship in 2034. And Giannis this time and Cat, those two go ahead and they retire, and of course they make the Hall of Fame with Kristaps Porzingis. In 2025, Cade Cunningham wins his 5th MVP. To this point, he only has 1 championship, though the same as Jalen Green. Unfortunately, at this point, Jalen has no MVPs, but this is his first time making the All-NBA first team. He's now a 99 overall at 33 years old, and this time he led them to the 7th seed in the Western Conference. Now, eventually they would go ahead and they would take an L in the first round. They do force it in 7 after the Jazz held a 3-1 lead, but they would take an L in game number 7 to the Utah Jazz. And Jalen Green's reign of dominance, dominance, because he was putting up insane numbers throughout his entire career, and he would continue to progress every single season to make the All-NBA teams and do all that amazing stuff while dragging his team to the playoffs, as I keep on saying during this video, because just watching it was bad. And he had so many chances to leave the Portland Trail Blazers. He stayed loyal to the soil the entire thing. No changes, man. The first 15 years of his career, no changes at all. He stayed on the same team. He went up to a 90 overall until the 2038 season, where that was the first season where we actually started to see a kink in his armor. It was the first off season that he actually regressed in overall, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a little crazy for us because he was 99, he went down to a 97 not a major drop off. They did pick up another player, a good teammate for him for the first time in Walker, and this was like 17 years into his career, which was kind of weird. Like it was really weird. The first good player that they pick up is towards the end. Yeah, they picked up Zion, but it was literally Zion's final season in the NBA. So yeah, he continues to regress. Now he's at a 95 overall. So has a bunch of Hall of Fame badges and really showing that he can still contribute to a team. And his numbers, of course, those start to drop as well. He's now down to 24 points per game. And I'm not gonna lie, right now it's not looking all that good for him at all. Yes, we got a few other pieces on this team, but now the Lakers win the championship in 2040. Jesse Gilbert, he is Finals MVP, and this is where things get kind of interesting because Jalen is saying, I'm looking to re-up my offer ASAP because it was the final year of his contract. He's 38, guys. He's actually 38 years old, and he wants to come back for another season with the Blazers. But at this point, players like RJ Hampton, Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, and even Cade Cunningham, the person who's low-key his rival because they are the top two players in this class, he calls it a career as well. And at this point, Cade is damn near the GOAT, man. Cade has like 3 championships. He has like 6 to 7 MVPs. James Wiseman has a bunch of MVPs, like 5 Defensive Players of the Year's awards. Now, Jalen signed a 1-year deal. He finally leaves Portland and he signed a 1-year, $62 million deal with the Denver Nuggets. I'm thinking that this is the last season he wanted to play. He regresses a little bit more, but this is easily the best team that he's been on his entire career. So many teams in this sim has like 5 to 8 90 overalls. Jalen's team normally had him, and towards the end in Portland, one other player in Walker. This is the best team that he's been on, so they're actually contending. They are labeled as contending for the first time in so long in Jalen's career, and he's really looking at it, but unfortunately, this is the tail end of his career. Like I said before, this is probably going to be his final season because he signed a 1-year deal, and he's going to be 39 at the end of this season. So that's really interesting. They got him as 11th, and at the end of this season, I mean, yeah, they were pretty bad. I'm not even going to really sugarcoat it. They weren't a good team at all. Jalen Green no longer is making any All-NBA teams, and he only averaged 19.5 points per game. He was really efficient still, but compared to his standards, it just was not all that good. So at the end of this, the Milwaukee Bucks win the NBA championship, and Jalen Green officially decides to call it a career. After playing 20 seasons in the NBA, he says, my body's giving me all the signs and it's time to hang him up. And that's after a 20-year career. He finishes off 39 years old, putting up insane numbers throughout his entire career. During his career, he averaged 28 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.6 steals, point blocks per game, while shooting 51% from the field, nearly 40% from the 3, and 96% from the free throw line. The dude was insane. And for the Blazers, he leads them in total points in a game, most field goals made. He has a bunch of those records as far as scoring goes. Like, he was literally an assassin for them. He has 2 of the records, tying Dame with 11 3-pointers made, most in a game for them. And look at how many free throws he was shooting. He was like a young modern James Harden. Now, he finished off number 1 in points for an entire career, right in front of Luka, Cade Cunningham, LeBron, and Imani Bates. He's 2nd in field goals made in NBA history. That's actually insane. Like, number 1 in points is crazy. Number 1 in 3-pointers made in front of Cade, Luka, and Stephen Curry. Like, he was really great his entire career. 2nd in free throws behind Karl Malone. Hey, he had a long career, 20 seasons. He played seasons in the NBA. And that's just so impressive. Look at all of the accolades he has won. He has to be a lock for the Hall of Fame. 7th in steals all time. That's really crazy. And he also finished 4th in points per game for a career with 28.2 points per game, right behind Luka, Will, and Michael Jordan, and right above Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Cade. He finished 5th in total games in a career. I'm telling you, he really broke a lot of records. And as far as 40-point games, he finished 2nd with 193, right behind Luka Doncic. He even passed Jordan by 20 games. Like, I'm telling you, he was literally a walking bucket out there. And as far as 50-point games, he finished 4th, right above Kobe Bryant and below Will, MJ, and Luka. Now, as far as his accolades, like I said, a very storied and weird career. He won a championship in his 3rd season in 2024, only one of those. He was a 16-time All-Star between 2026 and 2041. So right till the end, the boy was in the All-Star game every single year, 16 games straight. One time All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team 3 times, All-NBA third team 3 times. He only made the All-NBA team 7 times. And that's just because of the guards. Like, there were so many great guards in this, and All-Rookie team 1 time, obviously, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. His career high in points, these are all of his career highs. He was an amazing player this entire simulation. And like I said, let me know who you guys want me to do this with next. Make sure you go ahead and like this video, and of course subscribe to this channel. It helps out the channel and is so muchly appreciated. We post basketball, NBA stuff, so much content on this channel. But of course, in the end, Jalen Green, of course, makes the Hall of Fame. Look at those numbers right there. 1,600 plus games played. He goes in with Jonathan Kuminga, Patrick Baldwin Jr., and LaMelo Ball for one of the best Hall of Fame classes of all time. And you guys already know that the Blazers had to retire that number 4, man. He wore it for 19 years, 2021 to 2040. What an amazing sight. But anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this career simulation. Make sure to go ahead and tell me who you guys want me to do this with next. Like it up, share this video, tweet it at Jalen Green himself. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player once he gets into the league. And I want to hear you guys' opinion on him in the comment section below. At the end of the day, he was a bucket. And I truly believe that in the sim, if the Blazers would have got him more help, more pieces around him, and didn't make it, like, they traded Killian Hayes when he was like an 87 overall. Kind of ridiculous, but regardless, man, he could have won so much more if he was not as loyal and dipped on this team. But anyways, guys, that is the end of this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace, y'all.